Action.
Take out my jacket.
Sorry. Now you're gonna take off your jacket, bro? We just said action. I'm joking. Go ahead. you know, we never start this podcast properly.
Never.
I always started off some weird way, bro.
Exactly.
Jackets off, gentlemen. They say it's getting hot in here. It's getting hot in the Big Brother house too.
It's getting hot for real.
Heat up the place. What's going on, everybody? You're tuned in to the BBCAN Cribz. I myself personally go by the name West Hype, and I've never done this intro before, but it's starting now. You like it?
Yeah, perfect.
It's not bad. Yeah. Almost did as good as me.
We are on episode, what, 3 this week?
What's your name, bro?
Podcast
Talk to
3?
them.
Sir Loudy, they already know. If they've been watching, they know. Resident fact checker, even though I got my facts not always correct, but
Kind
that's
of
me.
broken Google. To my right.
It's your boy Godfrey, you know.
Dr.
Back
Godfrey.
again. Like, I don't think I need any introduction as well.
Right?
Buddy, what if it's the first time they're watching the episode, man?
Yo, it's the first
could
time
be
that
the
you're
first
slacking.
time.
You're like,
That's
how?
a legend, though, man. You don't know.
It's the legends cannot introduce
line,
themselves, man.
Okay.
I should be having one of y'all do the introduction for me, to be honest.
Oh,
You know, kind of like Joe Rogan.
feel like?
You know what?
What do you feel like?
BBCAN Season 8, Rob King.
When the boxers
most
go in.
successful, the most
Comes the
famous
wrestling page.
black Big Brother guest ever.
So,
Introduce yourself, man. You get the intro because some people don't have no manners around here.
Nah, manas. Yo,
Cancelled.
it's yours truly, the one and only, the king from the season 8. You know, Rob King. You guys already know what time it is. You know, the king is here. Another week, another episode. Let's get it. You feel me? You feel me?
Sacrificial mandem. You gotta say
Sacrificial lamb.
The sacrificial mandem, you know, to allow more mandem on future seasons.
You
You
gotta
feel
add
me?
that in from now on. So,
Amen.
Loudy,
yeah.
what are we
fellas,
discussing today,
we gotta
bro?
get into it. We got
don't have
some
no time.
things we
We
gotta
have
talk about
so
this
much.
week. First off, the new HOH, Victoria. How do we feel about that?
I mean, at first I was happy still.
first.
She had a lot of energy, you know. I liked it at first. I was like, okay, she deserved to win it. Even though when she was playing in the she kind of won by like kind of fluke because she lost.
Right.
The person that she was with lost, and then
Yeah.
she just happened to move
win.
on.
Yeah,
so it's kind of it's one of those comps where she just ended up winning. You know, she got lucky. But I was happy. I thought she deserved it, and I knew it was going to be an eventful week with her at least. You know.
A side note, I actually like that competition. It gives everyone fair odds and fair advantages to win. You know, remember the HOH competition where you look?
Yeah, that's not fair.
That's true.
How was it not fair?
They made it kind of fair, but that's one of those ones where every single person could go Loudy.
Yeah.
So you can play
and
it
it
8
kind
times.
of does expose your cards to
Exactly.
who you're working
Yeah, exactly.
with.
And
Like,
Latoya
but
only
I
had
do
to go
like it.
one time. So if she had won that time, she would only gone twice when other people went 3 times.
Yeah, that wasn't really
Right.
fair.
So
yeah.
it's
Like,
not-
it's
it's not
fair
equal, but
if
I like
everybody
it
enters
still.
the house right
Why
away,
is it
but not when people have alliances. Because like I said, if people are working together, you could literally, everybody who's being called out can just call the same 2 people.
Yeah, but on the other side, like he was saying, it allows you to expose your alliance. So if you have a secret alliance that nobody knows, you might have to put
That's
someone
true
on your
still,
secret
yeah, that's
alliance
true.
in
That's
on
true.
the thing just so it doesn't just to throw them off. So you
But like, you
It's
know,
a good
any
comp. I
comp
like
where
it.
you can gang up on people, like,
You still have control over yourself. Just remember the thing and get it right, fam.
yo, but
That's it.
see, you'd have to get all of them right if everybody keeps on putting you
But
back
fam,
on the spot.
I'm just saying, like, at least you still have a
Just be
chance
better.
to, like,
yeah,
you
that's
know?
true. At least you still have a chance, right?
You know what I'm saying? True or false. That's it, fam.
Yeah, it's only really 2
50%.
options. 50-50. It's like the Scantron.
True or false. Yeah, it's like
you can get A's just by crossing off all the right
That's what I
boxes.
like,
that you get it
it's
right.
Not like hard in a sense. It's like you know,
And it wasn't off- it wasn't
it's
even
not
off
a
of-
physical comp. It's not endurance. It's not
Yeah.
really mental. Like anybody can win that.
And it wasn't even off of like previous BB knowledge.
Right.
It was
Yeah,
off
it
of
was
stuff
just
that was
true.
shown
Just
right now.
straight
Oh, that's
visuals.
what you meant. Everybody has a
Yeah,
chance to win.
yeah,
No,
that's
okay,
what
now
I
I get it.
meant,
Now I
yeah.
get it. Like, do you show you the picture right now?
Right.
Now is where you like. There's no studying. There's no
Yeah.
nothing. It is
Yeah,
a fair comp in that regard still.
Yeah.
But anyways, so she won.
Yeah, she won, and she's
then-
been kicking up dust ever since. Man.
Kicking out.
But we'll get into that a little bit later. Speaking of alliances, we have some new alliances that peaked this week. First one being Bossy Glossy. With
Well, that was just this week.
with your friend Austin and
Bossy
Braden.
Glossy.
And the new HOH, how conveniently.
I'm starting to let go off
And,
of Austin now, man. I don't
And
know.
then the Oddballs.
Why?
You starting to let off Austin?
Let go off of Austin.
Why?
I don't know, man. I don't.
She looking good.
She was your pick week 1 and week 2, right? So what
Yeah,
happened?
but I still want to see her outside the house.
You want her on the podcast?
You just don't want
I
to
still want her on the podcast.
I wanna see her outside the house,
She's
too.
still my pick. You know what I mean?
like, what did Austin do though? Like,
I don't know. She like I guess at the end of the day, the 3
she
people
been
that
playing
I
it
had-
cool.
No, she's going against she's going against my top, and I didn't like that little fake conversation she had with Latoya in the I like your little thing, girl. I didn't like your little thing that you girl. Doing. I didn't like that.
What thing?
Getting evicted.
But you see how Latoya's too real?
Yeah.
But what thing? She should have just gone with it. But she's like, what are you talking about? Like she's
what thing?
Latoya dug her own.
Because she saw through the
situation.
fake,
Man,
man.
I love
She saw
Latoya.
through the fake.
We're gonna butt heads today, man.
Yeah,
I
bro,
love
we're
Latoya.
going to, and you know, listen. The funny thing is, I know Latoya, and I started by saying my biases.
Yeah. Remember, at the beginning of the season, I was like, yo, she's a cop.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard for her to turn that off.
That's
she's
true.
gonna be cold. She's not gonna have much personality, and we saw that. But at the same time, I kind of fell in love with her, like her gameplay, seeing her on my screen and just rooting for the black queen and the strong black woman. And
I will agree with a lot of those
definitely
things.
Team Latoya now,
But we're gonna delve into that a little bit later because
definitely.
we're talking about the alliances right now. So I don't want to go too off topic. But I don't like the fact that alliance seems like, you know what you said about that alliance and the other alliance that kind of formed is these oddballs.
Yeah.
which
I
we
don't-
predicted.
Who are the oddballs again?
Everybody
else. Yeah,
except
everybody
for the
else.
3 black
Except the
people
Sunsetters.
and the one white girl that likes the black people.
So
Which is
everybody
weird
except
to me.
for the
Kiefer's not in it
trio.
either.
Come
Kiefer's not part
on.
of it.
The
Kiefer, the
oddballs.
people that like
It's just Tina, Tara, and then the
Like,
rest
I don't
of
get,
the
how do you call your alliance the oddballs when it's literally y'all but 3 oddballs?
that's what it is. I don't
Yo, Tina
understand.
switched up quick.
They're the
though.
It should have been the
majority now,
status
so I don't
quo.
see how they're oddballs, but whatever.
But here's what happened. Okay, guys.
Tina switched up quick.
Here's what happened, and I can't be upset about it. Remember, I said this last week. When we were talking last week, and you said we basically all were like kind of voicing what would how we would feel if a black winner was not, or if a black person was not claim winner in a season where we had the odds.
Yeah, I
in
said
our
that would be a
favor.
huge L for the cast.
Here's the problem.
right.
Just like, and I said it was a season of equality, and basically the same things happen in this season that happens in every other season of
Yeah.
Big Brother in reverse. When other races are the majority,
Yep.
like when white people are the majority, they don't have to stick together just because they're white.
That's true.
So what's happening right now is the 3 guys that Latoya, Jedson, and Tyshawn, they kind of, I would arguably say they kind of formed what I was telling Tweez earlier is a Mean Girls club, where they kind of like Latoya specifically she goes at whoever she wants. Cool. Beth sides with them because she's all full up under
Amanda.
Tyshawn,
Yeah.
and apparently Jedson too. Cool. So they're the in crowd in the sense that
That is
I
true.
don't think that they really, from what I see, invite others into their jokes.
To
their
be
stints,
honest,
or
what I
whatever.
kinda see
They
that
kinda
group-
clicked up, and instead of in other, sorry,
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you say what you're saying, but in other seasons where that were to happen, I think that it just kind of goes unnoticed. There's always these oddball clicks. So there's always, like, I can think of a bunch of seasons where the gay people kind of click together, or the kind of girls that are floaters kind of click together, but it's never threatening. You see, in this scenario, people looked at it and was like, oh, we're on the outs. How are you on the outs? You're the majority.
Right.
Like, they looked at 3-4 individuals and
were
felt that
too
they were
cool.
outside of it. Exactly. They looked at like the cool
They were
people,
too
the
cool.
whatever, and then they looked at like them as threatening, even though they had the control.
Right.
So it's not that anything different like they could have pulled in Brayden and Victoria and had this whole black alliance, but that's not what they're going for. Like, Brayden is doing his thing with whoever he wants to do it with. Victoria is bouncing all over the house, and that's what's supposed to happen.
yeah.
But the problem is they didn't, other than Kiefer, who kind of shot himself in the foot multiple times, they didn't pull in enough other people to really have a good social balance throughout the house, and then people felt like oddballs, the outs.
It's a
which doesn't make
repeat
any
of
sense.
last
Well,
season.
I kind of feel like
we
they
saw
did
this happen.
when they initially formed the Sunsetters.
Sunsetters.
Alliance.
They
I
did.
feel like they had that moment where they were like, all
They
right,
didn't do a good job.
But it was too early. It was just to say,
the minute that
look,
there was,
we
outside of
have
trouble,
odd
these
people in the
just,
alliance,
what I
you know?
mean, started to drift.
Yeah,
and
that was the
go
idea. That was the idea behind the Sunsetters, that it was going to
Yeah.
be a bunch of.
because Jamar's season, the exact same thing happened. You had Michael, Maddie, John Luke, and Ryan. They were the cool kids. They made no secret that we're cool
not one
and
secret.
we're having fun together. So everybody, it was so transparent that they were together.
Everyone knew they were together.
And people were probably intimidated. They knew that even though I might chill with Michael or I might try to squeeze in there, those 4 are solid. I'm just a number. So I feel like they shouldn't have been so obvious with it, hanging out like literally like a threesome, foursome, and
I
instead
don't-
make
I
it
don't
seem
think
like,
they-
hey,
I don't
let's
think
have
they
everybody
do,
come in.
I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I like the first couple of weeks. They were like working the house and they were like hanging out around with everybody. I didn't see them clicked up.
For the first 3 days, it's only been 2 weeks, man.
Until this week, that's when I saw them really like band together.
Yeah,
first
they're
couple of weeks,
They
they were
were
out.
out. They were out and
They
about.
definitely weren't like
They were
the
out and
freaking
about, but they
hits.
got too
No,
comfortable.
weren't
They
that
thought
obvious.
they thought they had the
They
people
weren't like a Victor.
in the
Victors
palm of
were
their
like
finger.
this. They
Yeah,
They don't even have a
literally
name
day
for the
two.
three.
A Victor showered
Hot tub,
together,
shower,
man.
laundry, everything.
Yeah.
They were like working
It was
out together.
obvious.
Yeah,
Like, it
was very obvious.
I agree with that though. I agree with that. The fact that they weren't as obvious as the
They should have
Victors.
branched out.
Anything, Ty and Jed, you can say, okay, as a duo,
Yeah.
they hang around
Yeah.
a lot. But
Yeah.
so do Rohan and Kyle.
Yep.
So do Austin and Braden. Like, there's various duos in the house.
I don't watch the feeds, so I can't say that I know the dynamics of what they're doing and what they're not doing. But just going by just what I see on the show, I would say they're. I'd say mistake number one, especially on Tyshawn and Jedson, is infiltrate the rest of the house way better than you have.
And I think they have. Maybe it's not being captured.
They've
on TV
infiltrated.
properly,
Yeah,
but I
think
feel
so?
like they have.
No, not the house.
yeah. So am I? So you disagree with the opinion?
I kind of do.
What do you think, Jamar? You think that they've actually built relationships outside of just the
Mind you,
the
my
three of
opinion-
them and Jedson?
My opinion is
Four of
going
them?
based off of this week where Victoria forced people to draw a line in the sand. Now we know who's working with who and who's whatever. But before that, they were doing a magnificent job infiltrating the house.
Yeah, I felt like they were spreading
thought
out
they
a
were
bit. Everyone loved them. Everyone thought they were like
Yeah.
funny, hilarious, and like.
Which
you
is
know?
why she couldn't even nominate Jetson
Yeah,
exactly.
as the thing last week. Austin, she refused to put him up as a thing, and people were telling her, "Yo,
That is
we gotta
true.
go after a strong
That is
target," and
true.
she refused to put up Jetson because they were
Fair.
so good.
Yeah.
Fair.
This is just
I
more
don't
so
know.
that Latoya sort of made herself a target, unfortunately, you know.
Were we getting into that?
I feel like they wanted to get her.
Is that what time it is?
I'm just
We might as well
foreshadowing
dive
a bit.
into that. We might as well.
If
dive
you
into
really
this
break
week.
it down, Victoria really wanted Latoya out. I don't think it was a shot at I want you, Jedson, and everybody, or else she would have put a stronger player next to her. So I feel like she just wanted Latoya out. She doesn't really care much about Tyshawn or Jedson or what's going on over there. She just said, you know what, I want Latoya out of the
But
house.
why?
Okay,
But
thank
why?
you. That's what I was just gonna ask you. What are
Maybe
your
you can
thoughts
give us
as
some
to why?
insight on that. Like
No,
Fam,
you're-
I don't even know-
gotta
I don't-
word now. Hold on.
my personal
Ask me.
opinion as
Yeah.
to why I feel like Victoria was a little bit intimidated by Latoya. That Latoya just seemed she was doing some work in there. She had a lot of friends in the house.
With the flip too.
Exactly, and the flip.
She goes
So
into
in
it,
her
like-
eyes, she probably saw that, wow, Latoya's gaming. She almost flipped it this week. She's doing a lot more than I'm doing, and that's why she wanted to get her out, I think. And also what exacerbated that is the fact that Latoya did not speak enough game with Victoria to make her comfortable. If Latoya had embraced
Works
Victoria and
both
said,
ways,
hey,
though.
sister, you and I, we
Works
going to
both
do this
ways,
thing
though.
together. But like I said, it does work both ways, right? But maybe Victoria, I think Victoria was a little salty. She was
But-
like,
but
wow,
why?
you
But
didn't
why?
pull me in.
But why?
think-
But why?
You pulled everybody else in.
You know why I think that didn't happen? I feel like as Latoya being in the house, just observing everybody, she probably saw this black girl from Hamilton come in the house, and we know her persona, right? From week one, she annoyed all of us, right?
Yeah.
And she came off as this person, this black girl that just wanted to fit in with the white people and be liked and be this party girl. And if I'm Latoya as a cop, I'm gonna look at someone like that and just be like, yo, I can't work with someone like that. She's the airhead, like, you know what I mean? And I think that's probably why.
But
the
what about as
connection
a
was never
sis
made,
code?
you know
As
what
a
I mean?
sister code,
Yo,
you know?
she definitely a Hamilton shorty though.
Yeah, that's
Like,
that's
You see her
what it
boyfriend
is.
Her boyfriend, her best
and
friend,
her best friend.
Yeah.
everything.
I didn't even
And her
see that.
and by the way, her favorite musician is
Yo.
Bad Barbie, the Catch Me
Bad
Outside
Bunny?
girl.
Yep.
That's her
favorite
That's her
musician?
favorite.
Why is that
artist.
anybody's favorite
Thank you,
musician?
Fam.
Thank you.
I was wondering the same thing.
Thank you,
Bro, I don't care what race, what city you come from. I don't care how old you are. Why is that anybody's favorite artist?
The Catch Me Outside girl. I can't even name a
She
song
started
by
she
the-
started
I
a
can't-
career on
Bad
Maury.
Barbie.
Dr. Phil.
Yeah, that's,
Dr. Phil.
that's a red
That's
flag
even
right
worse.
there. That's a red flag.
serious red flag.
Yeah, that's not
Wow.
good.
Fam, that's all I need to know.
I
bro.
couldn't
She's
even
a- she's
consider
a Hamilton shorty
Bad
for-
Barbie
for
an
real.
artist.
I didn't know that. I didn't
let
know
alone somebody's favorite.
Hey, but she's probably fun to party with. I'll give her that.
Yeah.
Okay, now you guys
yeah,
say
yeah.
nice thing.
But hold on, before we whatever, I don't want to seem like we're bashing Victoria because I will say this: the gameplay that she exhibited
Was
this
good.
week has been some of the best gameplay I've seen in like
Yeah.
probably since season 5. To be honest.
So
with you.
before we get into her gameplay, I want to assess Latoya's gameplay because I wanted to hear what you guys have to say first before I put down my opinion.
Love you, Latoya.
because of my biases.
Love you, Latoya.
What do you?
Which by the way,
what's the T of
if-
Latoya?
By the way, I don't know if you guys saw the
Yeah.
edit after, but biases is definitely not the word. It's definitely biases.
Yeah.
But
We're gonna run with it.
biases is now
gonna-
my word
we're
that I'm
gonna run
using
with
from now on. So, Latoya, listen, I really, really wanted her to do well in the game.
we all
Obviously,
did.
she did not play a good social game. Period. She did not deal with conflict resolution in a manner in which she would be liked by she kind of I want to say she burned bridges, but she didn't really burn bridges. It was like other people were doing their best to have that bridge stay intact, and she was just breaking it down. She didn't burn the whole thing, but she was not helping to build no bridges. When Kyle came to apologize to her, she was not having it. She inserted
No, but
herself.
she still had a conversation with him. She still entertained it and listened to him, but she was just
Do you think
adamant
anybody
on, I'm
walked?
not
Do you
gonna
think Kyle?
apologize.
Do you think Kyle walked away from that conversation feeling good?
I don't know, sir. I gotta see the raw footage and not the way they edited it.
Bro, there is absolutely no way, and that's exactly it. If I had any any confrontation with Latoya in the house, not encounter, because I can't speak for just when it was social times or whatever. Any confrontation with Latoya in that house, I don't think anybody walked away feeling good.
Yeah,
I don't
no,
think it was ever resolved.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Every single
You
thing
feel
was
like there's still like uncleared air if you get into something
Look what
with
she did
Latoya in the house.
We
right?
said it started with Julie.
Yeah.
And then it moved to the whole. She inserted herself in a situation to defend Kiefer,
She
and
didn't
then said
have
this
to do that.
conversation is over, and just dismissed Rohan, walking out to the point where he's chasing behind her like a little dog. Like everybody was out searching for her approval so much, and because she had this domineering, like kind of queen like vibe to her, everybody was kind of like please choose me, please appreciate me, please like pardon me.
feel like they were
And-
scared. Yeah.
yeah, like they were trying to appease
Yeah.
her the most, and then at the end of the day, if you don't treat if you're a queen, and you don't treat your subjects properly, they'll rise up. They'll
fair
rise up
assessment.
on you.
That's a fair
They'll
assessment.
rise up on you. Doesn't matter, queen
Victoria
or
didn't
no
even
queen.
hesitate.
Yeah.
Yeah, Victoria
This
did
girl's
not
like,
hesitate.
don't talk to me like that. I
She
was like,
was out of pocket though. Latoya was out of
I
pocket.
didn't like the
Yeah.
goodbye. Man.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not there yet.
That was
No,
right.
the
that the
We're going
conversation
episode by episode. Or we're still on what, the HOH episode?
We're
or?
still on HOH.
Okay.
But I'm saying-
we'll get
I'm
to that.
You want some more ice in your drink, sir? To water down the
Yo, the ice melted up. It's beer water.
Yeah, more ice.
Are we in agreement that in that confrontation which was supposed to be a conversation,
Yeah.
that those three people, Jamar, Tyshawn, Tyshawn Oimnium, Jedson,
Jedson.
and Latoya went into the room to try to smooth things over and try to set themselves up. I can't really speak for Tyshawn and Jedson. I don't know how much talking they did, but Latoya did not go there in the attitude that I seen. Could
Yeah.
be the edit, but it wasn't.
It wasn't
bro,
good attitude.
You're on the block.
Yeah.
You can't
Latoya
have
was
that.
too comfortable, man. She was way too comfortable in there.
Because
Listen,
at that
hey,
point-
hey,
Which I would be
She was
too,
annoyed.
right?
Hey,
She was
Lowry,
annoyed.
Hey,
She had a
guys,
big alliance,
All of you
man.
guys, I'm gonna need
She
you
had
to
a big
stop
alliance.
talking and wait for me to stop talking, because that's how a conversation goes.
That's
What?
what, yeah.
Yo, pause the camera.
What? What? How can anybody walk away from a conversation like that feeling good? What are you trying to do? What are you trying to do?
Yeah.
First of
in
all,
that moment, I
first
can't
of all,
Especially
don't
when
fucking
you're
talk
HOH,
to me.
especially when you're HOH too.
Yeah.
She said, first of all, don't fucking talk to me like that.
Yeah.
I did rate that.
I
move
rate
for
that
her.
part.
I do too.
I did rate that move for Victoria.
I was like, whoa, okay, Hamilton Shorty.
She pulled her up in a time where it was 3 against 1 even in that scenario. They weren't talking too much, but she was approached. She was not cornered, but could be
Yeah.
considered as
And she
cornered.
still held her own.
And she held her own.
Which
She
I
held
have to
her
give her
own.
mad props for.
No, she definitely entertained this week.
Yeah, she
like,
did.
she's definitely
She did.
entertaining.
Actually, the biggest thing she did this week that kind of blew my mind was the trap that she set
Yeah, that was
for
nice.
Latoya in order
Explain
to find
that
out
to
who
me.
she. So basically, she fed Latoya a lie.
Yeah.
And she did that with the intentions that it would come back to her, but she wanted to see who would
All
come back
this
with
trick
it.
in the book.
So she told Latoya that Brayden was gonna come up with she was gonna nominate Brayden as a replacement, maybe.
Think so, yeah.
And Latoya went and she relayed that information to her alliance. Beth was the one that got caught in the trap because Beth came back and said that to, I believe it was Austin or Braden, and Braden came back and told Victoria. So it came full circle.
So she knew for sure it's Latoya who said that.
Right.
Chess, not checkers.
Right. So Beth is actually the one that got caught
Classic.
in the trap that she said, and that just kind of exposed that she's working with her.
But my question is, could that information not have been relayed?
That was a good trap, though. That was a good trap.
But is it?
It's impressive.
Yes, it is. Is it? Why I say that? Let me try
Yeah.
to. You know me. I gotta play the devil's advocate.
That's my job, sir.
Well, when you guys are all on the same side, I'm going in the next direction. It's a give and
Listen,
go.
there's room for more than one devil.
Yeah, we can
All right,
both.
we'll switch today.
All right. Anyways, let me give you a scenario now. She sets the trap, tells her the information. Latoya goes and tells Tyshawn or Jedson. Beth is under both Tyshawn and Jedson's body.
Yeah.
So
literally.
she can tell either one. Either one of them could say, "Oh, this is the thing," whatever, and Beth go run and tell whoever. That doesn't. All they know is Beth. Like it's clear that Beth and Tyshawn are in alignment, and I'm pretty sure it's clear that Latoya and Tyshawn are in some sort of. But that doesn't mean Latoya and Beth are aligned.
No, but what you
So
gotta know,
what's
the point of the
what's-
trap is to see, is this person loyal? Will they spill what I'm telling them right now? Because it was said in confidence.
Yeah, it was a
was it?
Victoria didn't
Oh,
tell
was
her,
it?
hey,
It was.
I'm telling you this, now go run your mouth and tell the whole house. It was,
Keep
hey,
this between me and you.
Oh,
I gotta tell you the
Yeah.
secret.
Okay, okay,
I
fair.
might go for this person, but keep it between me and you.
Right.
And then Latoya, I feel like her cop senses should have came in to say, okay, this is a test. I need to shut up.
okay.
Right.
But first thing she does is she goes and speaks, right?
Right.
Which you can't
Well,
really fault her
no,
because
but
she
hold
told
on.
her
So
alliance.
So whose fault?
But
is
like,
this is Beth's fault.
well, it's
Yeah.
Latoya's
Yeah.
fault.
Like I said,
It's
Beth
Beth's
is the one
fault,
that
yeah.
got caught in the
But
trap.
Latoya
Why would
still
she
failed
tell
the trap.
Braden?
Why
I don't
would
know.
she?
That's not even her alliance member.
I can't figure
Yeah.
that out.
Beth is an idiot.
Yeah, Beth.
Exactly. That's where she needs to go. She needs to
Beth
go.
literally caused the trap.
Yeah.
So hold on. This wasn't so much of a smart trap as it's a dumb alliance. Because there was no reason for you to go
That too.
give that information to the other
Yeah.
side
To
of the
Braden.
house.
Right.
To someone not
Exactly.
in
Why
your
he tell? Yeah.
That's like when Julie was aligned with Josh and ran back and told Latoya and the rest of the people that just happened to be
So
in
like
the
I
kitchen
said,
at the
man.
time.
Yeah,
like guess what, guys?
Idiot.
Here's the news I found.
I have to wonder if some of these people have actually watched Big Brother before they got on the season.
Hello, hi. We
Yeah.
forgot a Jamaican proverb last week.
Which one?
We forgot to say one.
Oh.
Because it just reminds me of the you weren't here the first week we said we're gonna say a Jamaican proverb for every episode because our Jamaican proverb from week 1 it was
Loose lips sink ships.
No, that was the Caucasian version.
Oh, okay.
He who keepeth his mouth keepeth his life.
Okay.
That's week 1.
He who
That's the
keepeth
same
his
thing that
mouth.
applies to this
keepeth
situation
his
once
life.
again.
Yeah.
He who keepeth his mouth keepeth his life.
Exactly.
Latoya went and confided in her alliance, which she should have been able to, but
Yeah.
that's why she ended up
Absolutely,
losing her
yeah.
life.
Yeah,
and
facts.
Beth would end up probably losing it later because she want to run to the next side of the house. That's gonna probably come out.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
probably
Beth.
gonna
I don't know what Beth was on, kind of sharing that information. to be
Why?
honest.
What
It
was
just
her-
doesn't make
what's
no
her
rational.
energy? Nothing.
man.
But you know how the Big Brother house is. Sometimes you just want to tag.
I think she's just trying to play.
Yeah,
too
when
hard.
you want to
Yeah.
feel like you're playing the game,
Definitely.
and sometimes it's to your own detriment. You know, you
Yeah.
might just be like, "Oh my God, let me give this information out," so I feel like I'm in the
Doing
mix.
something.
This is why I'm so opposed to forming alliances in like week 1.
Amen. It's
You
too
gotta
early.
really feel people out.
Know who
and
they are.
Know who you're working with.
Yeah,
because
but, like-
I said last week that if I was in that house,
Facts.
Kiefer could not be in my alliance because
Absolutely
he gives
not.
off these vibes where it's like, as soon as he feels a little pressure and his back is against the wall, he starts to do dumb shit.
Exactly.
And if we go back to this week, he did another dumb thing where he basically went and threw Victoria's name to Kyle for no reason, right? And it came back and bit him.
Yep.
So I don't know, man. I
You
just
could be left out though if you wait for alliances. That's my thing. Like if you
That's
if
true.
you don't build an alliance
ain't
first
nothing
week,
wrong with riding solo, you know.
you could. But like
Ride
people
solo,
look
ride
at
the
you.
middle.
Yeah, people look at you as like a pawn. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be no pawn.
I
Well,
wanna.
that's how you gotta win. You gotta win some comps, man.
And I was
Show some
gonna,
muscle.
Hey, that's what they were treating
circle
me, you know
back
what I'm
to Latoya again one more time. Sorry, I forgot to say this. If you want to play that type of game where you're rubbing people the wrong way and you're playing off of your morals in the sense of you're not gonna kiss nobody's ass and you don't want to scheme and lie. You're just gonna play your game
Gotta have
straight
back
and yada
and
yada. You got to win competition.
Yep.
You can't lose the competitions because if you win the competitions and everybody, like I said, how she like kind of had that queen aura amongst your house. Now you really have it because you're sitting pretty in the HOH and you're saying, "Yo, you go do this." You go like that's how Victoria's playing it right now. That's I have to rate the way that Victoria had her HOH in that sense because she was guaning like a boss.
Yeah.
And that's her second competition.
She was. Yeah, that's the second competition.
That's what she said. The fact that she actually, I didn't think that was gonna work. I thought that those guys, like the way that they're talking like, "Yo, you're gonna control what I can do with my veto. It's my veto," and da 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 da. And then they listened. Like what?
They did, yeah.
Yeah. She regulated that veto.
She regulated them. I want to know what the aftermath
Would you
or
have
the follow
listened?
is.
If you were in their position, would you have?
No.
You would have used the veto?
Yeah.
And risk your number one going up on the block?
Is Tyshawn the number one or is Latoya the number one? Or are they
Tyshawn
both tied?
already.
Yeah, because Tyshawn would have probably
day
won.
one,
That's why he didn't use it. That's why he didn't use it. That was his brethren.
To me, I get that it was a risk, but to me, if Tyshawn, if what you guys were saying was true, and they had such relationships throughout the rest of the house from those other weeks, then it should be Kiefer going home over Tyshawn. They should have really played they would have to campaign against Kiefer.
Nah, he would've won.
Yeah,
I
Tyshawn
think
would have
Tyshawn
probably
would've
gone
won.
home.
Of course, I think
Anytime there's a big physical threat on the block,
Yeah. The
everyone's gonna.
opportunity to get
especially-
And on top of that, you
You're
used
gonna
the
take
veto.
it.
You
You
showed
see
your
how Tina
cards.
switched up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tina? Which one is which? The old.
Yeah, Tina.
Yeah,
Newfoundland,
Tina.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, she
Yes.
switched up and voted Latoya out.
She smelled
Yeah.
the
blood.
physical threat.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
she
saying?
smelled
Over
blood.
She switched up
Kiefer.
long before
Yeah.
that, bro.
So that's what I'm saying. Like if Tashawn was on the block, I know Tina and Tara would have voted him out.
It only,
Tara don't like
makes
Jetson.
sense to vote out the
Tara don't like
physical
Jetson?
threat.
She's
to be
called up
honest.
his name already.
Yeah,
Remember the
she don't like
house
Jetson,
game?
so she would be
wants
quick to get rid of his number one boy.
Yeah.
Tina and Tara, and then Austin Braden. They
So
would have.
they really didn't have much.
Yeah,
chance to
that's
play.
fair.
Yeah.
I get that, but that's why you guys got to win competitions, man.
I'm anti-comp, man. Like, listen, you
Nah,
don't
bro,
have to
so-
win competition.
What are you
Thank you.
talking
Don't
about,
have
bro?
to.
Thank you, Godfrey.
What are you talking about?
You have. I made it to the
I
end
agree.
without winning a single
Yeah,
competition.
but who was
You
your,
won the
who
last
was in your
HOH, stop
alliance?
Yeah, that's the only one you need to win.
But who else was in your alliance?
I had no alliance.
Exactly. You can't have an alliance.
But see,
and
I
not win
won no
competitions.
comps without having an alliance.
No, but but you play. So that's the only way. It can
no
work.
alliance and no winning comps.
Was that your
No, do
strategy?
you understand what I'm saying? I was not in an alliance and I was still not winning anything.
So you're a floater.
Well, like,
Yeah.
call it what you want, man. Listen, I was not floating. I was treading water, man. I was treading water, man. Keep it at that.
Drop the mic, bro.
It's chess, it ain't checkers, man. It's chess, it ain't checkers, bro.
I said he was treading water. I've never ever heard that before.
Drink to that.
Drink to that.
You heard
indeed.
that, man. Treading water, guys. Treading
Drink
water.
to that. But what I'm saying is, if you are gonna
Yeah.
play, if you're gonna align, if you have
Like, if you're going to play a passive game is what I'm saying. But if you want to be in the
yeah, but
mix
if
and
you're,
you're...
hold on, if soon as you're in an alignment with somebody, right? You're in alignment. You're in an alliance, rather.
Then you have
with
to
someone,
win.
Then you have to win. That's what I'm saying.
Which is what I'm saying. It's not wise to be in such a big alliance because put in work. I just want to chill.
Fam, you can be in a big alliance and just fall back. Let your alliance do all the dirty work.
And
But
It's
that's
so
true,
early
yo. But you
into
gotta
the
have
game.
so much finesse to be able to do that, or else they will be looking at you and saying, "Wait a minute, this person hasn't paid their dues."
What do you mean? It doesn't
Look
matter,
at
fam.
all the big alliances that we've had. You know?
Fam, at the end of the day, it's like this. Like you said, you don't need to win comps, right?
Yeah.
So how you paying your dues? A man can't tell me I'm not going around socializing.
Okay,
and
that's-
doing work. You know
That's
what I'm
true,
saying?
but what about when your alliance member is on the block and now they're drawing that veto card and they're like, I picked Jamar. And they're looking at you to win that veto. And let's say you try your best to throw it, but you suddenly win it. There's
Yeah.
too much obligation, you know? It's like now you're committed. You're in a relationship in the Big Brother house.
Yeah, but it's
like
Big
I
Brother.
want no strings attached. Just
Yeah.
a one night stand. We work together this week. Tomorrow, hey, man, it's a new day.
Yeah.
Well, it's Big Brother, so you could do that, right?
You could do that, yeah, but sometimes you get penalized for doing that. Sometimes when you don't come through for your alliance and you don't take hits for them, sometimes they can start looking at you and say, oh, well, this person wasn't loyal. They didn't use the veto. Or if you win HOH, now your alliance is in your ear.
Okay, what about when you have two alliance members on the block? What are you supposed to do?
See, that's a tough one, man. That's tough. When
Because
you
that's
got-
what happened, right? Sunsetters, there's two Sunsetters on the block.
Yeah, when you got two on the block, that's another reason, man.
If you're
Alliance-
Kiefer, how you looking at your alliance after that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We gotta change gears here a little bit. You mentioned something about Kiefer.
Yeah.
And this week we kind of saw a little confrontation in the pantry with him and some of the oddballs this week. You managed to catch that?
Oddballs.
Yeah. How do you think that went down?
Oh, damn, man.
They tried to drape him up. And Latoya came in and said, not on my watch. We're not going to gang up on Kiefer.
No, that's true, man. Yeah, they tried to
Those are
2
cop
on 1.
instincts.
Yeah.
I rate her for that.
That was like a high school teen movie scene where you see like, the nerd being backed up by the 2 alphas and they think nobody's watching, but Latoya came to the rescue quick.
It was a big
She
thing
said,
on Twitter. They were like, they're bullying him and
No,
they're
no,
not standing
no.
for that. But
Yeah.
I felt bad for Kiefer still. He really dug himself in a hole. But at the
But
end
why
of
do
the
you
day-
why do you go into that pantry though? I don't get it.
Getting food. They were making food, fam.
So they
Yeah,
trapped
he was
him.
making food.
The man was just there. The man was just there trying to make
He
food,
was busy.
and they
He was
just
busy.
pressed him out of nowhere. He's like,
Yeah.
"Wait, what? Huh? What? Huh?
Yeah.
Which
He's like, was that when he was making stir fry?
Yeah, he's like, brother, I'm making stir fry. What are you talking about?
Right.
Yeah.
No, you were lying, fam.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm trying to make the stir fry.
Because it started with that conversation upstairs. What happened? They thought he walked in on something when they were laughing.
Yeah, Rohan.
And they came with heat
And
from
then
there.
Rohan
Ryan grew some.
You're running the
Hair on his
smack.
chest.
Yo, like, we have a list, right, of guests that we do not want on this podcast.
don't want no one.
Rohan's on the list, eh?
Rohan
He
is
don't
not
want
coming
no one
on this
Why
podcast.
not? Yo, he's a
bro.
Toronto man, bro.
Nah, I don't
He's
care.
a Rohan's a Toronto man, but something about him just rubs me the wrong
Thank
way,
you.
man.
He was on the block last week, right? You think that you carry yourself in a way where you're like, you know what?
Exactly.
I just experienced the heat. Let me lay low. Let me chill. Let me not ruffle
But-
no feathers this week.
Yeah.
The man's gonna come.
He's moving like he finessed his way out of the block.
First of all, you're supposed to be a man, right? Why do you need backup to address Kiefer? If you want to say something to Kiefer, you address Kiefer yourself, bro. You don't need backup. You're a man. That's the first thing that rubbed me the wrong way. Then he's walking around the house with his chest out like he did something. Like, sit down, bro. You're not like, sit down.
Yo, but yo,
For me, it's just a
I don't
smirk.
know.
Yo, listen. Take this in, yo. If you find out your mans are trying to flip votes on you, you're not gonna be vexed.
Hold on.
Right.
Hold on.
Right.
Cause I'd be vexed
Right.
too, and I'd walk with my chest high up, no
That
matter,
is
how, no matter how tall I
Okay,
am.
Fine. But why
That
is he
is
just
true.
going after Kiefer? Why didn't he back up Tyshawn and Jed in the pantry and flex on them?
Yo, but
They
we know
too
why.
big. He
We
flex
know
on
why.
us.
We know why.
Don't be no why.
We know why.
This
He's not pulling up on those guys.
You know what? Yo, we know
This
why.
week's Jamaican proverb.
He's not pulling up on them.
Duppy know who
for friend.
Yes.
Right.
No, but
And
we know
then-
why. We know why.
And then on top of that, you want to pull Kiefer aside after the fact and like try and smooth things over and apologize when it's just you and him after you done created a scene in front of the whole house. Yo, if the disrespect is public, the apology needs to be public too, not private.
Facts.
Rohan, you're a bitch.
Listen, you're listen, okay?
That's fire.
Listen, okay? First of all,
Next topic.
First, no, you don't just get the switch gear. You
can't leave like that.
End conversation. You can't just end conversation while you ready for end conversation. Nah, but real talk. What you said makes sense, Jamar. He's
I kind of want
jaded.
to, yeah.
But I will say, and I feel that he should go for backup also. Not
Why?
backup in the sense, not backup in the sense where he needs support. But if me and Jamar are aligned and we hear you're talking, you're not gonna say something to me that like, oh well, Jamar did this. What? Yo, say it in front of Jamar. Say it to the brother. It's the same reason why they have house meetings.
Yeah. And he also lied about, he said, remember how he said how Victoria was the one who was trying to flip when actually it was Latoya?
That's why he had
So,
the fire.
you know.
He lied to Kyle, and then but it was in order to flip the house against Rohan. And now Victoria is HOH, and she made Kyle and Rohan feel secure. So he feels he has the backative of the HOH, and you tried to come for me. I'm gonna get my bread.
It's just the optics, man. Like, it didn't look. Like, when you
Should've
really
been
break
me.
it down like that, it makes sense. It's like, you know what? He is kind of in the right to be upset, but just the optics, you know?
okay.
And also, Kiefer doesn't really look like an intimidating guy.
Yeah.
He just looks like a vulnerable
If
dude.
we replace Kiefer with Jedson,
Then now
kept the
it's a
story the same,
confrontation.
No.
kept the story the same, it wouldn't have went down
No.
like that. I'm telling
Facts.
you.
But
Facts.
I don't think- yeah, it wouldn't have gone down
Which is
that way.
fair. But look at the even way. Like I said earlier, I said he was like following like the toy like a little dog behind him. He's like a little barking chihuahua, barking poodle. You called him a bitch. That's his persona. So why Duppy know who for frightened? Why are you surprised?
His persona, to my understanding, when we watched the bios, he was supposed to be the puppet master,
He was,
pulling
yeah.
all these strings.
Yeah, but I call
right?
bullshit from the bios.
He was
Yeah.
supposed to be the alpha dog in the house, right? And he doesn't come off.
He
as
has
an
not
alpha.
been. He's
Well,
not known.
the alpha dog is not.
Can't
the
be
puppet
alpha and be a
master.
pawn.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't be a puppet master and be on the block 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
That's
You can't be a puppet master and going to people like, "What did you say? Why is
That's
this
what I'm
happening?"
saying.
You're out of
people
the
are, people are
loop.
being pulled into rooms and you're not a part of.
Yeah,
these
Rowan talked a big
conversations,
game, but like we're not really
get outta
seeing much
here,
right
bro.
now.
It must be an inside joke. Must have missed it. You can't be the puppet master and always out of the loop. Tie up in his own strings.
and very insecure. On
Looks
top
like
of that.
Victoria is
String
more of a
up
puppet
himself.
master than that.
Victoria's
Yeah,
definitely.
she pulled
she's
more
the real
strings
puppet
than I
master.
thought she could pull.
But
I'm
she-
even
but
surprised
you know-
she's been winning comms, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I'm shocked.
from day one.
From day one when she held on to the bucket.
Yep.
We have to give her a props, even
Victoria
if
gets
even
her
if
props, bro.
deep down inside the woke part of us doesn't like to see
Absolutely.
it happen. But
Don't
we,
like the
as
personality,
far
but-
as gameplay goes, and as far as like Big Brother goes, we have to give her
Yeah,
her
Victoria,
I'm not mad
she's
about
doing
it.
she's doing her thing.
I'm not mad about it. I'm just recognizing her for what she
I'm
is.
mad.
What do you recognize her
I'm
for?
mad.
Just like I'm not expecting anything from her. Like, yo, show me. She showed her colors early. Like, if
Yeah.
you're like, I don't know how
She
to
did
explain
show her
it.
colors pretty early.
I don't know, how to, like, bro.
You, so you're
I
not
didn't-
surprised that this happened?
No, like I
Right.
wouldn't like how I wasn't surprised at what Sheldon was doing. Like, it's just like, all right, that makes sense. He's from Ottawa. She's from Hamilton.
Oh, it's real.
It just.
Yeah, but your
It's an
location
out-of-town
shouldn't
thing.
dictate how you operate as a person.
Yes, it
especially-
does. Yes, it
especially around
does.
people
Yes,
that
it does.
look
It kind of
like
does.
You're a product of
though,
your
man.
environment,
You know
does.
why?
kinda
Because
does.
Anthony from Richmond Hill knew how to operate around all the white people. The first time Anthony came off the show, I reached out to him. I said, "Yo, bro, you represented as a man that came across like genuine, and you're black. You're genuine. You came across all authenticity and still navigated around all races."
I was
all
surprised.
ages,
Yeah, Anthony was
all
like a
everyone.
goon when I met
But
him. I'm
did
like,
he-
yo.
did he-
And he's
I'm like,
a
what
real
the
nigga.
hell? You the guy who I was
I don't
watching.
know if he grew
Or
up
did
in
he
Richmond.
Move there.
No,
Because
he
it's
grew
two
up.
different
I think he
things.
grew up there.
It seems like he grew up there. No disrespect.
Never seen the man wear
Shout
a
out
durag
Uptown.
on the show.
Uptown.
Next thing I know, dude's chain got the bottle of
From
crown.
Uptown.
Okay, we're live.
They call it Uptown.
Because here,
He knew how to,
I
like
didn't
you
know that
said,
either.
navigate
Wow.
himself depending on who's
Anthony
talking to.
is a real one that knows how to move in. Like once if you grow up in an environment like that, you grow up around a whole bunch of different races, a whole bunch of different people, whatever. Then you learn how to
Yeah.
adapt
To
in
those
that, in that situation.
Which is fair.
So that said, now I think Victoria is the same, where she's almost more comfortable around other.
So they ain't got no black
races.
people in Hamilton like that?
Not
Yo,
that
no,
many.
Hamilton,
never been.
They actually don't.
Hamilton is worse than Richmond Hill, though. Hamilton is bare white people.
Wow.
Yeah. Hamilton
Crack,
is
yo, it's crack time.
Hamilton is like what Oshawa used to be.
Hamilton.
Literally.
We need you in the
Literally.
comments, so we need you to represent.
Yo, Hamilton has
No
bare
dis- yo,
fiends.
no
bare-
disrespect.
How is it?
Hamilton is bare fiends, bare white people, all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Hamilton is what Oshawa used to be before it got gentrified.
Because I don't really know any black person from Hamilton, if I'm going to be honest. All my
know black
friends
people from
there.
I do, and
I do, but they're Hamilton.
boy.
They're Hamilton, man.
Yeah,
Hamilton.
Hamilton, man.
wow.
Like they're a category of their own.
Dude.
Nah, Hamilton people are cool people. They're just like people. At the end of the
It's
day,
a different culture.
I know people from Hamilton. I know people from Welland. I know people from London. I know people from Kitchener, and they're always like, "Oh, Toronto mans are this, Toronto mans that." There's a difference.
That's
There's a difference between
You gotta know.
Montreal people. There's a huge difference. Ottawa people. Ottawa's probably the closest to Toronto people.
Yeah.
Because so many people go back and forth between Ottawa and Toronto. But all those other people, from its Montreal, from its Hamilton, even though it's only 45 minutes over there, from its Kitchener, they're different mans.
But you started.
very
Like Toronto's top tier,
Hold on,
but
you started off this portion talking about Sheldon in reference to him being from Montreal, and you
Ottawa.
not being surprised. He's from Ottawa.
Yeah,
Ottawa.
Ottawa.
Yeah.
Why did I think he's from Montreal?
Yeah.
Okay, well, him being from Ottawa and his actions towards, I guess, Jamar, not surprising you.
Yeah.
So you stand by that? You think like
Yeah, I think that he seemed to me, he came across right away. He's in wrestling. I don't know how many black people are in wrestling, but he came across.
It's starting to blow up, actually.
it is.
Bobby
It
Lashley.
is.
You got mad
You got
people in
Biggie
wrestling
Lanston, Kofi
Yo, the
Kingston.
WWE champion right now is
Hold on,
Bobby
hold on,
Lashley.
Yes.
guys,
What-
hold on,
Bobby
no.
Lashley.
I'm not talking about the professional wrestling.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm talking
I get
about
what you mean,
Wrestling
like-
in Ottawa, bro.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
talking
But in order
I'm
to
talking about-
get to those stages, you got to start at those like in-house.
I get
wrestling
it, but they could have
events.
all came
And
from
they
Atlanta.
They have a lot of black.
No, like what West means is that obviously a lot of black people watch wrestling, but how many are actually performing in
Canadians.
Ottawa as a
In-
wrestler?
Canadians.
Ottawa.
You know?
In Ottawa,
That's
bro.
mostly like,
Hold on. Let me give you that example. And I don't want this podcast to be all about race all the time. But if you look at college ball, how many white people play college ball, and then
That's
what
true
happens in the
stuff.
NBA?
Yeah,
what
they're-
happens in the NBA?
They're white college players.
So what are you talking about? The race, just because people participate in a sport doesn't mean that like black people getting across to the big leagues, whatever, they could all come from North Carolina.
It is
where
tradition.
big
It's
is wrestling.
it's
I don't
traditionally
know-
a more white sport.
Do you know anybody? Or you probably do. 'Cause
Like,
you're
now
funny.
it's growing,
I personally
man.
do not know one other wrestler other than Sheldon, like a black wrestler.
Like a black
Yeah,
guy.
I don't
Yeah.
know any.
But do you know any wrestlers? Period.
Exactly, that's true.
I know
you
some
know-
boxers.
Do you
I don't
know
really
white
know
wrestlers?
wrestlers. No, because I don't really know that many.
Like
Right,
wrestling,
so we
it
can't-
is.
that's
It's
not really a fair
predominantly
assessment,
like
bro.
white guys. Yeah, like
Yeah, of course,
black guys.
especially in Canada.
It's
So
a
then what are
few.
you arguing? Why
It's
you
just growing.
being
Yeah.
a devil's advocate. So yeah, of course. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying the guy from Ottawa that wrestles is probably very comfortable around white people, and that's fine. That means when he goes into the house and he sees a guy like Jamar, there's no need for him to align with a guy like Jamar because they don't have a real alliance. They don't really get along like that. We both have the same skin color, but that's not who
Would you say the
I
same
am.
kind of with Victoria and Latoya? Like
Yes, that's what I'm getting at. Victoria's
I don't know.
personality, growing up around who she grew up, and I don't know, but I'm just assuming that the people that she grew up around is not like Latoya and Latoya specifically. Jedson and Tyshawn feel like they've been around a lot of people too. Like they've grown up in different scenarios or whatever, and they can kind of move in and out of scenarios too. They're not a Jamar.
Like, it comes down to who you are. Or they could be. They could just be.
I got something to say.
They could just be keeping it sanitized.
Yeah,
You know.
But I got something to say. I seen on a live feed clip Latoya dissed Scarborough Mans.
Whoa.
Okay?
No.
I seen that.
What'd you say?
She said she don't like the way Scarborough Mans talk. Yo, you can't be dissing a man like that. I was rooting for you. I'm still rooting for you. Well, we're gonna meet up in person.
Nah.
You better not diss me, eh?
She said
on
that?
live. She said it to Tyshawn and Jedson. She's like,
Bruh.
my man has to speak well. I don't like the way.
What is speaking well? I need to know that.
She doesn't like our. She doesn't like the slang, basically.
I mean,
So when she said that, I was like, oh shit, okay.
I mean,
All right, there, officer.
It's like, ma'am.
Yo, don't say nothing, bro.
I'm not even gonna start that.
Yo,
Let's move to the next topic.
when you move humble when you on the block, you better move humble when you're on the block, bro. You better move humble when you're on the
She
block.
said it, eh? She said it, eh?
That's what I'm saying. Move
said
humble when you're on
I'm
the
not
block.
even
No man
saying
seen that?
nothing.
No man seen the
I
clip?
did not see that.
It was on Twitter. I commented and I was like,
didn't
Latoya, hey, you're dissing now.
Yeah.
That means you don't like me. I don't know. We'll see.
Anyways,
Shall we in Pickering tonight? I don't
What
know.
else do we have to discuss?
we
on
gotta
this-
discuss the
this
veto
conversation?
competition.
What
where
about it?
our
Shout
boy
out Jetson,
won.
yo.
The crossword puzzle.
Yeah, you see this alpha beta guy. He came with the beta. The
He
beta
came with the fire.
The beta is what saved him with his. You have all these muscles in your brain is what saved him from win a competition.
But to be fair, you have to be fast. You have to be fit in order to make good
that's
time
what
on
that's
that
what that's what
competition.
That is true.
Tweezy said as well. But
Yeah.
the thing about it is, that's not
You
why
can't-
he won.
You can't be sluggish in
But
that comp, bro.
fair. I give it to you that. I give you that. But that's not why he won. He was way ahead.
No,
he knew all the answers.
He said like he has an app on his phone where he plays crosswords on all the time. So he's
what are
naturally
you
good
doing?
with crossword
What are
puzzles.
you doing with the app or the crossword app on your phone? Lift some more weight
What's
so you
wrong
can.
with-
so you can
yo,
hold
no,
the-
no, no, no.
If you know you're gonna be on Big
That's
Brother,
lit,
if
though.
you know you're gonna be your Big Brother, you're gonna do that. I study too.
Yeah.
I study too. I can't lie.
You
have
have to be multifaceted when you're going into a house like that.
Yeah.
So you can't just be all gym.
You got to be good at puzzles. You got to be good at remembering dates.
You gotta read.
You know
You
why?
gotta
You know,
study.
you know why he can't be all gym? Because he sucks at the gym. He sucks at the muscle cops. So yes, do more crossword. I hope you have the app in the house with you.
Okay, but to be fair, how many muscle comps have they had?
No, I'm joking, I'm
How
joking,
many
I'm
comps
joking.
have they
Pure,
had where
I'm-
you
I'm-
really get to see him?
I'm
use
pure-
his-
Hey, Big Brother's not a
purely
muscle
joking.
comp, eh? I don't think it's a muscle comp at all.
I'm purely
Even the
joking.
stuff when you're holding, like it's not even made
No,
for us to
they
They
win.
No,
don't really have
yeah.
that many physical
No,
contests. Even the endurance ones are not. They're more so like.
Bro, that's all the challenge, bro. You need
Yeah,
muscles for the
Yeah.
challenge.
That's
No. To be
Big Brother,
honest,
I'm telling you, it's like gym class games.
gym class
Yeah,
games.
yeah.
It's
In
like
high school and
crapshoots, man.
recess.
Anybody
Yeah.
can
Literally,
win.
throw a
anybody
beanbag in a
can
thing
lose.
or
Anybody can
whatever.
win.
You know what I'm saying?
it's like what was
It's
that
not a true
play?
test of
Remember
strength.
played it?
Yeah.
Remember played it? We had all the different
in the
stations.
field. Yeah,
Yes.
no, that used
I'm
to
telling you,
kill
Big
me.
Brother just a bunch of like
like
recess
play
games
date,
and
bro.
shit. You know what I'm saying?
No, but to be honest, let me just clarify. I've been
fluky too.
going at Sheldon for now in the third.
Jedson.
Jedson, sorry.
I mean, Jetson
Why you
from
gonna
Aurora.
disrespect
Aurora.
Jetson like that,
Jetson
man?
from Aurora too, eh?
Shout out Jedson.
Yeah, but
Shout out
I've been
Jetson,
going at
Shout out
Jetson
Jetson.
for a minute, and it just ultimately, I just feel as if he should be a stronger presence in the house, and I alluded to that from before.
But why?
I even
He
see
I
could
feel
be
like he's
voted
stronger than
out
Ty,
if he
though.
does that.
Ty's too
He
nice.
He is.
Ty's too nice.
He is. I wasn't sure at first.
I
but
think Jetson
definitely
is
better
like
than-
between the
Ty.
two. He's way
Yeah.
more of an alpha
Yeah.
than Jet.
Yeah.
But you know what?
than
You know, I don't know.
Tyshawn.
I don't know why I didn't get alpha from Ty.
because he's too nice.
Tyshawn is
Like
really
from the
too
beginning,
nice.
like, I
He's a
didn't
nice
expect
guy.
him to do
No.
that. I expected to win some competition. Don't get me
I
wrong.
kind of did. I don't know if it's his
He's
physique
mad- he's
or
mad
whatever,
nice.
but
Yeah.
Tyshawn's got no killer instinct, you know. Like I can't see him
Yeah.
getting
But Jet-
upset
yeah.
and really.
He's always
Justin's a
laughing.
college ball player. I feel like that's where his like
That's
Yeah, the competitive
intensity comes from. Like
nature.
when he won, he was out. He's like, let's go.
he was done
Like,
right.
yeah.
Adam stuff there.
And
He's
if you
on.
notice in the conversations that we've seen with Jedson and Victoria this week, Jedson is a little bit more smarter and in tune with this game than Tyshawn. is.
yeah.
I don't know if you picked up on that.
He is.
Tyshawn's trying to get at
He's
what's her
low-key- Jetson's
name? Yeah?
low-key, like, you know.
He's kind of smart.
If I'm being totally honest, I don't know what Tyshawn's game is.
That's
He's spitting game. That's his game.
no, but like here's the thing about Tyshawn. When you're a nice guy, nobody wants to nominate you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to be your friend.
Which is a strategy,
People think
I
you're a
guess.
sweetheart, and if he runs with that, like he can go far.
He can,
You know, when
yeah.
he leaves, it's gonna be heartbreaking for people.
Because
You know what I'm saying?
they will target Jetson before they
Yeah,
target
because Jetson,
Tyshawn,
see,
for
Taro
sure.
doesn't
Absolutely.
like, or whichever, Tina, Taro, they don't like Jetson because, you
Yeah.
know, what, he dissed her or whatever. Like, Jetson's more outspoken, he's cocky.
Yeah,
he's
we
an
can
alpha.
see, yeah,
People will
Tyshawn-
backdoor him
That's
before
true.
Tashawn.
Yeah.
So
But
Tashawn can
gotta
just
win.
write.
He's
I
gotta
don't
win.
think
Tyshawn hasn't upset anybody
Yeah,
the entire
literally.
game.
Just to clear it up, I don't
He doesn't
think-
even have
I
to
don't
align.
think, I don't think Tara has a direct issue with Jetson. I think she just saw him as a physical threat, and that's why she nominated him to Austin for her to put him up that week. But I don't think it's nothing personal.
But he's been dissing her.
Oh yeah.
You didn't
yeah?
see, yo, there was one clip where he called her like a 13-year-old girl and she got vexed. She's like, I'm a
I heard
30.
I heard she yelled at Tyshawn for like an hour.
Yeah,
about
that's what she said. She's like, I'm a 37-year-old woman. You don't call that. You don't.
Oh,
say
what
that
do you
shit
call
to
her?
me. He said she looks like a because she's like 5 feet tall.
Yeah, she's pretty
He's like,
small
yo,
stuff.
shorty looks like a 13-year-old girl, and she got vexed. She yelling at Tyshawn. You don't say that to a grown woman. So she don't. Yo, if she went
Hey,
HOH,
Jetson or Tyshawn?
she said it to Tyshawn, but she was talking about Jedson.
She was like, you don't say that to a girl.
really rub her the wrong
So
way.
he rubs some people the wrong way too.
Because short girls don't want to be called that, man. You know, you don't.
Especially a grown ass woman.
yeah,
with
not
two
a
kids.
13-year-old girl. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But with the veto came the explosive aftermath that we all witnessed.
Yeah, it was lit. I can't
Yeah,
lie.
that
I liked
was
it.
incredible. What do you guys think about that?
Victoria moved like a
Like a boss?
dictator.
She was a
boss.
gangster,
She's like a
yeah.
boss.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
What'd you say when she makes her shots? She makes sure she doesn't
Ika
miss?
won.
she
And
she
they
took
didn't
a page out of
They didn't expel her for that.
Ika's book,
They
man.
didn't add the gunshots either.
She went like this. She went like this, eh?
They
She was
didn't add the
like,
sound
she
effects.
did this and
She should have done
But
that.
this year they didn't go. Pew, pew, pew.
Yep. Nope.
She took a page out of Castro's book. She's dictated. the
mind you, she
situation.
was in the room by herself when she said it. She was in
Hey.
you know, in
She
front
could
of
be threatening in
Hey.
front
of
of
a
the
house.
viewers.
Hey. And I quote, what was once allowed is not allowed in these times. Times have changed. That's what I was told.
Yeah.
So if times have changed, then I'm gonna just sip this.
What was once
We
allowed?
got some more down here, bro.
Yeah, I might need some more still.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was a good HO. It was a good veto. It was a good veto.
I don't want anyone to get expelled. But I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I definitely have to give her props in the sense that, you know, she came up with a plan. She knew who her target was from jump, and she didn't make anyone sway her differently, pull her in a different direction. She stuck to her guns, even with 3-4 people in front of her trying to get her to, you know, change her opinion. She stuck to it, man.
It was clean, man. Smooth and
stuck to
clean.
it.
Yeah.
And she might not even have any residual blood on her hands from this because people are just like, well, she did what she did.
I rate people who hold their ground and just
Me
aren't so
too.
easily manipulated.
Right.
I rated that too, but I just it just went against our picks.
Another thing that
Too early.
another thing that I picked up today in today's episode, she pulled Jed aside and she's like, you know, I was never gonna put up Ty, right?
That was bonkers.
So she basically lied to him, and the lie worked. He didn't use
don't
his
think
veto.
that's true.
I think she's just doing damage control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To sort of say, I was just playing.
Maybe.
Yeah, there's no
Maybe.
way.
Honestly, it's hard to pick.
But imagine if she really wasn't gonna.
If
put
she
up
wasn't
Ty.
gonna do that,
Then
if she
that's
wasn't gonna do
golden.
that- If she wasn't gonna do that, then she needed to say it to the camera so I know.
Yeah.
So I know at home as a viewer.
Yeah.
Like, I rate it.
I think she was going to put on Tyshawn, but she's telling Jetson that now just so at least like to do
Why
to
not?
damage
Why,
control.
exactly.
Yeah.
Why would,
That way
why
he
would
can
she?
be like, oh, see, I was just playing. I was just saying that.
Yeah.
You know, another thing too, like she really gave zero fucks this week.
It actually-
because when she was in the room with them, she's like, okay, so you don't want me to put up Ty? All right, Beth.
Put up Beth.
Cool.
Right in front of her.
Like, just like
right
that,
in front
like-
of her.
But see the deception there was trying to convince that was her poker face because she's trying to convince the whole group that it's clearly Kiefer that's going home. So even though she went and did damage control and said, yeah, I was never gonna put up Ty, that's actually making me look more of an idiot because you're like, yo, I could have saved my alliance member and I didn't because you lied to me and told me that you're trying to get Kiefer out. So that's not even damage control. That's just actually rubbing salt in the wound, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
So my alliance member gone home for no reason? Okay.
Right.
Okay, Victoria.
Yeah, I'm vexed if I'm the undercover brothers, bro.
Right?
I'm vexed.
That's
But
why I'm like,
Yeah.
she really made an enemy of herself with those
Yep.
people. I don't know if she's thinking weeks ahead. I don't know if she's just living for right now.
mean,
I don't know
yeah.
if all she saw was red
She's
when she
going
looked at Latoya. But,
Yeah.
I mean, it's unfortunate because, like I said, she makes for good TV. And I don't want to see her go this week.
She's going on the block.
But,
yeah, Keith. Yeah, we'll get to
I
that.
definitely.
yeah.
No, well, we can talk. That's where we're at right now. We're at the
Right
we're at
now.
I believe so.
So we are
But
at
good thing she made the alliance though. That's why you make alliances with like
there?
the next side.
pretty much.
That is true.
So
You know.
so
I feel like she'll go on the block, but
she will
there
stay?
won't be votes to
She has heart, man.
Victor.
Yo, she has heart. I
All
can
right,
see her winning a
yeah.
veto.
So let's talk.
See,
Yeah,
that
that's
too.
the problem. She probably wins some. So let's just bring everybody up to speed. Spoiler: if you made it this far in the podcast, you should have watched the episode.
Right.
Latoya is evicted, and
By a vote of 6 to
the
3.
by his vote of 6 to 3.
Blindside.
HOH competition comes up, and Kiefer secures the win.
Right.
So
It should be an interesting week.
who's on the block? I say Victoria's on the block.
Yeah.
And he's gonna put her beside either Kyle or Rohan. I would say Rohan because he's already been there, and he came at him.
I agree on those.
Yo,
I'd say those two
yo, can I
picks.
ask you guys a question though? If you're Kiefer, right, and let's say it's you and like Latoya on the block, your alliance members voted Latoya to stay and you to go.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Are you gonna stay loyal to your alliance and understand that okay, they had to pick between the two of us,
I'd let it
or
slide.
are you gonna side with the next house and get out Jedson, Ty, and Beth? What are you gonna do in that
Well,
position?
I'd
What are you
let-
doing if you're
I'd let it
Kiefer?
slide.
I'm looking at it like this. He has
Majority,
two options.
yeah, majority or like
He has
you
two
know.
options. He can either continue to work with the people that he's been working with,
Which we hope,
even though
yeah.
they voted against him, right?
Yeah, which
Or
I
he can
hope.
try and weasel in with this new crowd that's formed in this week
Yeah.
that is formed without him.
Yeah.
So he really don't have much room.
Like, what's best for him
But
right
what do you
now?
what are you guys
People you
doing
know.
though? Are you guys gonna go with like majority or are you
like
gonna
what
rock
I
with the
do,
mandem?
obviously the people who voted to keep me, you cannot then put them on the block because they literally gave you their vote, even though they might have done it out of self-interest.
You
But
can.
the thing about Jetson with them voting me, I wouldn't be that pissed because I know it was between me and a fellow alliance member.
But you see who
so
runs
it's
the
not
house.
like, but if they
You see
voted,
who runs the house though. You're gonna go with
that is true because
Les?
now he
Okay.
knows where
or
he's
you're gonna
at.
go if you want HOH, everyone's gonna kiss your ass, fam.
But he's the HOH.
Everyone's gonna, wait, that's what I'm saying.
But
Everyone's gonna
that's-
kiss your ass. Are you
yeah.
gonna go with
Weak.
majority?
And what he
Or are you gonna go with the mandem? Are you gonna go against the mandem?
Either way, he's still gonna be at the bottom of which
No, you-
alliance.
but see,
Yeah.
Jamar,
Either way, save you a couple weeks though.
But
But
here-
Jamar, listen, you can do both. It's not either or. He's HOH.
How can you do both?
This is how
fam?
he can
You
do
gotta
both.
nominate two people.
He nominates the one who put him on the block.
Okay, yeah, that's given. Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
a given.
Yeah.
And then anyone else is a pawn.
But-
they don't have to
but
be
hear what-
nominated to go
hear what
home.
I'm saying,
But
though.
you're saying who to use as the pawn.
Here- yeah, but
what
here-
I would do, I would pick one of my alliance members
Yeah.
who voted me out, and I'd say,
But hear
Just
what
be
I'm
a
saying.
pawn.
Yo, hear what I'm saying.
you're saying to actually
if you met,
target them?
let's say like in Big Brother, you can't take everything personal, right?
Yeah, you can take.
So let's say you just say Victoria. All right, you know what I'm saying? You put me up,
So you gotta
but
go.
I'm
on
gonna
the-
roll with the majority. You and the majority.
Oh,
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, do you like at that point? Do you play strategic or emotional at that point?
In that case, like especially with Kiefer, I feel like there's too many people in the majority that
Exactly.
he has rubbed the wrong way.
Yeah.
He's had some sort of
and remember that majority. It's not so much that they kept Kiefer. They voted out Latoya. Don't get it twisted. They didn't keep him. They
Yeah.
voted her
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
exactly.
So it wasn't
Yeah.
a vote to save him.
Yeah.
It's just that they wanted one person
Yeah.
out. and they said we'll throw you a bone,
But
now you get
I can
to
see
stay.
Kiefer switching on the Mandem.
I could.
Yeah, I don't see that.
You don't see that?
The reason why I don't
Yeah.
see that,
I don't know.
well,
I can see
okay,
it.
not that I don't see it.
Because he knew he was going home, but he didn't say nothing to Latoya. That's what bothers me. He knew he was going, and he was acting like he was dead and all that.
And
like he knew Latoya was going home.
Well, because like I seen on Twitter, like I see live feeds, so it's like I don't watch live feed, but I see Twitter. He knew he was safe, and he was going in. Yeah, he was going in like he was going home, like whatever, playing dead. And then he wins HOH. So I was like,
but what would be the benefit to him letting her know?
True, because then she might want to switch things.
He's gonna go along with. That's what I'm saying. He's gonna ride with the side that kept him, and that he already knew they were voting to keep him.
I think he's gonna target Victoria,
So
but
listen,
the people who voted to keep him,
It makes
he's
sense.
just gonna say, "I'm not putting you. You
that's what
guys
I'm
are not
saying.
touching the
You have a
block."
decision, emotional.
Yeah.
or
So technically,
strategic.
and that's
he
the
will
thing.
ride with the
That's why
majority
it's
of
gonna
the
be an
house.
interesting week,
But-
though.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Hear
why
what
it's
I'm
gonna be
saying,
Back to
TJ?
what I said with Kiefer, like because he's so emotional, especially when he feels that heat, he does stupid shit. So it should be very interesting to
That's
see
what I'm
what he
saying.
does this week.
And it's because of how he is. Like
Yeah.
you know how he is. Like he's kind of like
The
up and down.
only way that this goes down is if it's Tina that's responsible for making him feel like he's a part of this new alliance. Because
Oh, okay.
They're gonna be quick, fam.
Because the Sunsetters,
Yeah, they're gonna be telling them, "Hey, see, we
the
kept you."
Sunsetters, as far as we know, as far as they know, as far as the house knows, Tina never left.
Yeah.
We know that she's moving left.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
but
playing in the middle, but
the
The Sunsetters think she's still
I rate it.
part of the team.
I don't like it, but I rate it.
The only reason why the Sunsetter, why she would have quote unquote voted out Latoya is to go with the house, and it's a secret alliance, so it's for her to vote with Latoya makes no sense, right? So that said, now she can bring him in and make him feel like genuinely he's a part of that alliance, even though he probably won't be. He's probably going to be at the bottom. If she can finesse him, then maybe he'll switch. But at the end of the day, he's in power right now.
Yeah.
And if they can pull people together, they can pull enough people in that they can make a new alliance, even the Sunsetters itself can become an actual alliance and powerful. If the end of the day, here's what it boils down to: win. When you win, you're in power.
Actually,
If you
the
don't
last
have
thing I'll
power-
add to that too is what it will really come down to is did Jetson, Tyshawn, and Beth, did they let Kiefer know that, hey, we are voting you out
I think they-
tonight.
I think they did.
Sorry,
They probably did.
you have to go.
They did, because
I feel like if they told
No, they
him,
did.
then maybe that's some good faith
No,
that
they-
at least they were honorable about it.
You know why they
But
did?
if they told him he was staying 100%, he's gonna go with the majority.
You know why 100% they did for sure is Latoya said, "Hey, we all know what's her name wants. Victoria wants.
Yeah.
Honor her wish and keep it." It was like the whole house was like,
Right.
yeah, he's going home.
Right.
It was supposed
So-
to be
Right.
the whole house.
It was a
said that
complete
that
blindside.
he's
It
going
seemed
home.
like it was a complete blindside.
Oh, okay.
Like she
Yeah.
even said in her speech, honor her wishes.
Yeah,
Oh.
She
but
wants
the
to
fact that she said that means that she knew. Like she even said it when she came off, but she knew that there was a strong potential that they were blindsiding her. She that's what she said. I hope you guys all
okay.
honor.
But
her
Jetson
wishes.
and them
Who said that?
did tell Kiefer that, hey, we're voting you out tonight.
100%.
Okay, then I think they can still work
the whole
together.
house probably did
Because
that.
at least he knows what it is, right? They were not slimy about it.
Yeah. And
Anyway.
just to add to what you were saying about Kiefer, another thing that he probably has to take into consideration this week is there's going to be a veto that's going to be played for. And you want to make sure you're protected by people who could potentially win that
Yes.
veto and keep your nominations the same.
Yeah.
So he already has good rapport with Ty and Jed. We know Jed is good with comp.
What if you
so
put both of them up though?
It's gonna be.
We'll see.
I don't think he's
see him
gonna
doing that.
play
I don't
that kind of power move.
don't
But
see
at the end of the
that.
day, whoever he thinks
see
is
Vic
gonna
up for
win,
sure.
Yeah,
I can see
and
Vic
whoever he
up.
thinks is gonna
Yeah.
win, who's gonna align with.
Yeah.
Those
That's
guys can
true.
win competitions.
Yeah.
Those guys can win.
It's going to be
competitions.
tough, man.
No, honestly, the H week has been like
Yeah.
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah.
I can't even lie.
Each
Yeah.
week has been a
This is
lot
probably
of...
This
gonna
cast
be
is
yeah.
lit. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't
Yeah.
like half.
There's
the
a
people
lot
on the
of-
cast, but this cast
a lot of
is-
Yeah.
variables.
I'm happy. I mean, at first I was bitter, but I'm like, this season is lit.
They're
Still.
bringing it.
They're bringing it.
Bringing
Still.
the drama.
Anything else to add before we get out of here, sir?
Not much. Just watch the podcast, people. We have now 3 up on YouTube, and just check it out. BBCAN Cribz.
That's good.
Yeah.
BBCANCribs.com,
Cribz.
www.bbcancribs with a Z. Yeah. Till next week, gentlemen.
Till next week.
That was the last topic.
That was the last content. That's why you watched it.
Jamar still wants to talk.
Oh no, hey, yo, it just felt quick to me. Still,
Yeah,
it felt quick to me.
We're trying to keep
We're
it
not
a
like
little bit
3
more-
hours today.
Yeah, we're trying to
Yeah.
keep it more compact, so the people them can watch the whole thing.
Man, them bring Chaser next week, please.
know
I
y'all
feel a
need to
buzz.
Yo, I
sleep.
could have brought some still. That man could have brought.
We know you guys need to go to bed.
www.bbcancribs.com. We out.
That's it.
Gang.
Out.